Autonomy is your ability to act towards your values and interests. And in order to do so, you must self-govern your activities, leaving you wholly responsible for the duties of your own endeavors. What this means and why it is important is going to come down to your motivations, goals, and perspective. The underlying driver will come from your ability to take action in the short and long term. A combination of skills and attitudes will point to having a rational approach to your inspired passions and inspired actions, and will be the driving success factor in self-governing your endeavors. When it comes down to autonomy, we must seek a balance to be found between individuality and social responsibility. This is because although independent action is key, you must also recognize your obligation to others, because otherwise you risk alienating those within your social sphere. Autonomy provides us the chance to better understand ourselves through the choices we make, and on the opposite end, you have the inflexible social attitudes or social hierarchies that makes it challenging for us to develop autonomy. It can become difficult to make meaningful choices, which limit the amount of self-awareness you can gain through sovereign choices or growth through gained experiences. The chance to attain freedom appeals to us all, whether this comes from financial, spiritual, and emotional freedom. The inherent risks in seeking freedom comes from the outlook of social responsibility. This is why it is key to find balance in autonomy and your duties, and by doing so provides you unparalleled growth. Obtaining financial freedom is an objective for most people. It can come through having enough savings, key financial investments, or a reserve of wealth to live life for ourselves through our own authority. To grow your savings means that you will be able to pursue the lifestyle, career, social life that you are seeking. To be financially free is to make your money work for you rather than working for money. With the increased burdens of debt, financial emergencies, spending, and other financial obligations that prevent us from reaching our objectives. To obtain financial freedom, one must set clear, identifiable goals, both small and large, with a plan to achieve them. Budget your finances so that you will be able to cover all your needs within reason and save. Getting business advice for finances and investing and setting up emergency funds. Living within your means, trying to be frugal when possible and take personal care of your belongings to be able to maintain an affordable lifestyle are all key ways to attain financial freedom, whilst leaving space within your ability to live life pleasantly. Attaining financial freedom means that you'll be able to recognize where you currently are and what you need to do to get to exactly where you want to be. By understanding the what and accepting where you currently are, you give yourself a sense of clarity compared to daydreaming about what is potentially possible, and to make what is possible happen. To make what is possible happen will be different for everyone, since everyone starts their goals in respect to the finish at different positions and places with different circumstances, some luckier than others. But without unconditionally accepting where you currently are, you will not have a clear understanding on what needs to be done and what needs to be replaced, as well as what can be improved. This is the most challenging aspect to healing, and being effective in your tasks uses the same mechanisms that attract us to the marketing all around us, which prevent us from seeing past our current identities, lost in fantasizing within projection.
If this guy is a dope dealer, then, like we're talking about, then that means we're like Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell
Right?
you what, you got a beautiful wife at home. You're about to have a baby. I know you ain't pulling down that much at the feed mill. Wouldn't you love to have a piece of this?
Well, hell yes, I would, but we can't just take it. I mean, hey, what if there's a reward?
The rich are not necessarily happier, but the research and evidence points to a positive correlation with income and happiness. Monetary happiness fulfills a certain baseline need that we all have, which is followed by more abstract needs that need to form a relationship and develop self-awareness through self-actualization. One thing we can learn from the wealthy is how they optimize their own happiness through spending and how they spend their time. One distinction that the wealthy incorporate into their lives is their sense of personal autonomy. Taking life into your own hands rather than being spoon-fed it through others is one consistent difference between the rich and the poor. Whether or not they inherited their wealth or built it from scratch, the sense of autonomy from being responsible for your own actions, own investment and own welfare, taking care of business is a key correlation to gaining higher life satisfaction.
You did everything that you could. There wasn't one more thing that you could have done. Can you live in that moment as best you can with clear eyes and love in your heart? With joy in your heart? If you can do that, gentlemen, then you're perfect.
Autonomy means freedom in many areas, one of which is freedom within your emotions. Your emotions provide you an assisting feedback tool to help you understand your choices and understand the world around you. To gain emotional freedom is to understand your emotions so that you can quickly understand and learn from them. They help you predict future emotion and help you make better decisions. Being able to clearly understand your emotions as well as others benefits you in setting your boundaries, understanding yourself and others, and making better decisions whilst communicating more effectively. Your level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence gives you access to more joy and fulfillment in your relationships towards others as well as yourself, alongside being able to deal with the challenges of life without being distracted by them or engrossed within them. Emotions can come through physical sensations, habits or tendencies, underlying themes or currents that have been persisting for a while, and the cycles from a blend of emotions. There are associations with these memories that can have an impact at a subconscious level. If it comes down to this level of association, then this means that simple things like color, smell, words, or a sensation can trigger us to a memory which leads back to the association and the emotions which can affect our well-being and sense of happiness inadvertently. The decisions we make, whether logical or not, can be reflected upon in the future to make a productive improvement. But the decisions we undertake under intense emotions may not be so easy to reflect upon because we do not feel one way or another all the time. This is why it is key to foster emotional awareness so that you be able to better understand your decisions and make them under intense emotions which are not clouding your sense of awareness or under any given situation, especially under crucial circumstances of responsibility. This factor in gaining emotional autonomy is also linked to our empathy. It helps us understand our emotions, whether they are clouding our judgment a little or a lot. When you uptake responsibility in running a business, team or organization and gain a level of awareness of the environment you operate in, you foster empathy or compassion for those around you and give an empowered connection by making others feel understood, which gives you the space and loyalty as well as trust from your fellow supporters to operate interdependently.